Very surprised. He's been talking for a while that, he wanted to go to Mexico again with me. Are you having to, go to all the houses to find
I'm going, yeah. My closet, oh my goodness, my closet is in every woman's house, or every wife's house, or every one of my wife's house. Never mind, my closet is in 4 homes.
He does this every time he goes on a trip. He has to just kind of go around and gather stuff from every house.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Thursday, May 9th, 2024. Well, I have been totally obsessed with this clip that's been all over the Sister Wives Facebook groups. One of my followers sent me this message on my Facebook account, the new page, Without a Crystal Ball, Katie Joy, not my hacked page. If you haven't followed me over on Facebook, it's Without a Crystal Ball / Katie Joy. The other page is hacked. Anyways, someone sent me a message and said, you have to see this. In it is that clip in the beginning, Kody and Meri packing and a mysterious foot on the bed that appears to be coming out of the suitcase. A foot of a person that's not seen, a foot of a human, or is it a plastic foot, a silicone foot? It was a weird foot, nonetheless, a foot that wasn't moving, a foot that was right below Kody, and a foot that doesn't make sense in the shot. An editing gaffe by the editors, a fake foot. Does Kody have a foot fetish? I have all these questions. Fans are divided. Some think that Kody likes feet. Other people think it's their child that's sitting on the bed, although it's a weird angle, and the child would basically be sitting on the suitcase. So anyways, that's how I spent my afternoon. Do you ever get down a rabbit hole? You're like, how did I get on this rabbit hole? What is with this foot and why am I looking at it? That was my afternoon. Okay, but I wanted to do a quick update with you on Janelle Brown because a lot of you in my comments have expressed concern for Janelle given everything that's happened with her in the last several months. And because I have been trying to listen to you guys and be respectful of what you guys want and what is okay for you, I have not been spending a lot of time talking about Garrison and trying to just do content as normal. But because the story involving Garrison is so hard to ignore, it's impossible for me not to bring it up from time to time. Because what happened to him has changed the dynamics of this family forever. And we know that the show is filming. They're going to be discussing it in the upcoming season. And regardless of what Garrison wanted, the show will go on. When it comes to Janelle, though, she's kind of been on this different path, a different journey. There's been a direction in her life that she's taking that's not in Flagstaff. It's not in Arizona. It's actually in North Carolina. She has been slowly extrapolating herself from Arizona, from Kody, and from this idea that she's going to build on Coyote Pass and live happily ever after in the mountains. Janelle loved Arizona. She said she would be happy to stay there, but now it appears that things have changed. She made the decision prior to the passing of Garrison that she was going to begin to split her time between Arizona and North Carolina. Why North Carolina? Because her daughter Madison lives there and because she has her grandchildren there. There's nothing more important to her than her grandchildren, and the only grandchildren she has are Madison's kids. Logan and Michelle don't have any children. Hunter is not married, and Gabriel's not married. Savannah's not married, so those are her grandkids, and she wants to be with them, help raise them, be there for Maddie. She's now letting everyone know that she will be in North Carolina. So I want to share an update for you about what she had to say. It says, NC Gardening Adventure. I'll be spending a lot of the summer in North Carolina with Maddie, Caleb, and the kids, so Maddie and I have made big plans for a garden. I'm looking forward to learning how to grow veggies in a climate that has such a long season and way more moisture than I'm used to. She and Madison have actually formed a business. I don't know if they are planning to sell the produce like at farmers markets or something. I don't know if they're doing it for writing off the expenses, but basically what they're doing is they've put down planter boxes on the ground in a garden, and they are planting in North Carolina. North Carolina, if you're not familiar, is hot, very humid in the summer. And it's a very long season because it's warm a lot. I mean, their winters are very different than ours, let's just say, because they're in the south and it's a nice climate for growing, but it's also very humid. And so, yeah, different kinds of plants don't do well in humidity, and she's actually moving from the desert to the tropics, LOL. Something I was thinking is that this is actually, even though she had already had this planned prior to Garrison passing away, it seems like it's a really good form of therapy for her. If anyone knows Janelle, you know anything about her, she loves to garden. She loves to plant. She's very into gardens. She's very into being a gardener. She actually was hoping to planting houses on the property in Coyote Pass to grow plants and to have grow houses for different plants. Now she's going to be doing that in North Carolina with Madison. She and Maddie have always had a really close relationship. I'm glad that she's finding this as a way to sort of like focus on something positive. And for some people, they will say that planting and gardening is a form of therapy. You know, a lot of therapists, when you go to counseling and if you go into psychological therapy, they will describe and discuss finding hobbies that are like soothing, calming. And for some people, getting their hands in dirt, taking care of plants, growing plants, and harvesting them is a very healing and therapeutic process. So it's awesome that she's, you know, in one breath able to do something that she's passionate about, but probably getting a lot of solace out of it and like therapy, in that it's something that she can focus on that's positive. I wanted to just share something that Maddie wrote a couple weeks ago that I haven't shared here, but it'll give you sort of an understanding of where she's at currently and how she's handling things. She said, "This past November, I embarked on a month-long journey of gratitude, driven by my curiosity about its profound effects on our well-being. The insights I gained were nothing short of astounding, revealing how a simple practice could significantly alter our emotional landscape. Lately, I've been holding on to a lot of anger, feeling it gnaw at me day after day. It's becoming a heavy load to carry, and I'm starting to feel ready for a change. I'm not quite ready to commit to another month of focused gratitude or to wake up without the immediate sense of irritation and to not let anger color my entire day. It seems that cultivating a softer heart could be the first step, and gratitude feels like the right tool for this. The journey seems to be filled with both shadows and light. The absence of what was once familiar is profoundly painful, yet the gratitude for the moments we shared is overwhelmingly powerful. I know that it's perfectly okay to find small moments of gratitude and miss the pain. Embracing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring our hurts. I think it means allowing ourselves to appreciate the full breadth of our experiences, the bitter and the sweet." Maddie has always been such a complicated woman. She's never been afraid to tell it like it is and never been afraid to not always be positive. You know, she grew up in a culture where they were always told to be happy, and that keeping sweet and being happy was sort of the way to mend fences and mend hurts. When I read that, she's so raw and so vulnerable. And then what just really struck me is that, like, I hope that the family members are getting grief counseling or going into therapy to manage this loss. It is gotta be still so painful to lose your loved one in this capacity and to have to do it so publicly and to have to process that in such a public way. It's sad. I've also noticed that Maddie and Janelle haven't been pushing the plexus stuff as much lately. Christine kind of like went on and didn't miss a beat, right? So she kept posting, and she's still selling pink drinks for menopause, even though it doesn't work for that and whatever. And she's been promoting her Airbnb. She's been promoting really anything. Like, Christine's Instagram at this point is basically a sales pitch for whatever it is. Today it was a real estate agent that helped her close on her loans for her house and her place in the Airbnb. But what I've noticed is that, and Mary hasn't missed a beat either, right? So Mary has been doing her worthy up stuff. But what I've noticed about Janelle's kids and Janelle herself is that sales pitch side it's absent from their Instagrams. I think that kind of tells you the dynamics at play in the family. It's not to say that the other families don't love Garrison, but it's that Garrison's family was his mom and his siblings, right? And the way that they're processing it is very different. It's just an observation I'm making. It's not to say that Christine or Mary aren't processing this and aren't in pain. I just think it's probably very different. And I think that maybe this has given Garrison's mother and siblings a different perspective. Maybe they are more profoundly impacted. When it's your immediate sibling, your full-blooded sibling, the one that you lived with, it might be different. But Janelle and Maddie are doing stuff together, which actually makes me happy that she's got her kids. And another thing is I wanted to give you an update about the cats. Garrison's cats, Kathy and Patches, are thriving at Logan and Michelle's place, and Miss Boots is living her best life with Aspen and Mitch. It was awesome that we could continue to take care of them like he would. So the cats are okay, everyone. The cats are okay. And Mrs. Boots was the one that he got right before he passed away. Another thing I've noticed, not that it matters, but that Janelle is kind of off doing her thing in North Carolina, and there hasn't been like any posts between Christine and Janelle as of late. I don't believe that there's like a division here. I just think that like there's that natural separation that happens in families when there's a split like this. Because I think when Christine got married, as much as she wanted to bring Janelle's family along with her, it would be difficult because they all live in different states and they're not all around each other all the time. And Janelle has no intentions to move to Utah. So I think that that relationship they have is solid, but it feels like in some ways they're almost moving in separate directions. Not to say that there's a feud between them. It's just that their lives are going in different places. Like Christine is now very much with David, very much ingrained in David's life. That's very much her direction. And Janelle is very much in the direction of her kids. And she took some time to actually spend time with Christine's kids. So it's not to say that the families are divided by any means. It's just that their lives are going in totally different directions right now. It'll be interesting to see if they are going to be filming this, what it looks like. Like with everyone in such different places and the family so completely divided, what does it look like to grieve when you've lost a family member when everyone lives in such different places and there's such a division like this? These are things that I wonder because I cover the show. So I just wanted to give sort of a positive update on Christine and Janelle since y'all love them, and let y'all know about the cats, let y'all know about Maddie and the foot. I want to know about the foot. Can you tell me about the foot? Where is it? Leon's foot? Is it Robin's foot? Someone in my comments was like, it's Robin. Robin is packed in the suitcase because she'll never let Kody out of her sight. And I was like, that's actually kind of funny because she is obsessed with Kody and she could have very well been there. But I don't know that she would have been in Mary's bedroom packing, because remember how they're all like, we never let the sister wives into our bedrooms. It's weird. So then it was like, well, is it Leon? Was Leon in there? But the foot just doesn't move. And even if it's a person and not a toy for Kody and his fetish, why wouldn't editing catch that there's a foot there and it's so awkward? Why wouldn't they just like edit out or crop up the footage and crop out the foot? You know what I'm saying? Photoshop would do you good here, so that we wouldn't have to have conversations about, does Kody have a foot fetish and is he bringing silicone feet with him on a vacation with Mary? Or is it just Leon's foot? It's just fodder. Just fodder for the mind. All right, y'all, let me know what your thoughts are. What is it? What's the foot about? Are you happy to hear about Janelle? And what about Maddie? Can you resonate with her? And Christine? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.